I was first introduced to Ted McKeever's work through Clive Barker's Hellraiser comics. His unusual art style immediately connected with me, and I've been a fan ever since. Best known for his Metropol books and Perpetual Mourning from the Batman Black and White series. His unique style in writing and art has earned him many adoring fans around the world. Ted's work has graced the pages of Marvel and DC comics, as well as his independent works, from the before-mentioned Perpetual Mourning, Batman Black and White, to his two-part Engines, to Superman, set in a Fritz Lang, Ted McKeever universe, Spider-Man, and Doom Patrol. There's also Industrial Gothic, Miniature Jesus, Eddy Current, Funky Porcini, and far too many other works to mention here. He worked from the 1990s up until recently, where he quit comics for good, and although I am sad that we'll no longer get any more new Ted McKeever books, what he's left us is a goldmine of beautiful, one-of-a-kind, thought-provoking, and truly astonishing body of work that has made him not only a fan favourite, but a real artist's artist. And it's at this point I'd like to get back to his work on Mondo and show off some original Ted McKeever art that I'm lucky enough to own.
So here's the first piece of art I have. It's page 26 from Mondo issue 1. And okay, where do I start? So obviously there's a hand coming down here holding this woman's shoulder, and a really nice face, which is I think it's done with a few different things. It looks like a bit of dry marker around here. You can see some, looks like white acrylic paint, or maybe, I don't think it's white out, but it could be. It will probably yellow over time, but I think it's acrylic paint. But there's batches of like ink wash, or maybe a grey felt pen or something like that. But it does look like there's markers around here. And then there's finer details, which you can see along here, which maybe is markers as well. There are certain elements like around here. It looks like it's done with a dip pen, but it's quite hard to tell which or what he's used to do this exactly. But definitely some markers along there, and it's really nice to see the handwritten text on there as well, which you don't get much of these days. There's also some bits of pencil marks left where they haven't been quite rubbed out, which I do like that. I do like to see the underdrawings in there. And yeah, this is a really nice page. Again, like the mix of fine lines and thick, chunkier lines is really nice. And it's just this part of the page. I really love this. I like the hand as well, the shadow on this side. And the way the arm is drawn is really nice as well. So there's this page. So here's that face I love so much. See how much detail I can get in here. If you can see the white paint or white out, whatever is being used. It's not that easy to get it. Good look. But there's some of it looks like ink wash on. Again, the tiny little details in the lips and the suggestion of a nose there. I love that. And the eyeballs, the hair, a nice bit of light on the hair there to show the fringe. There's his signature, and this is why I think it was done with marker. If you look here, you can see like the pressure point and that going up there, and the dry marker dry marker parts to just give a little bit of light instead of this being all black, which is a good idea there. Swirly bits. Ted McKeever's known for his swirly bits, and we all love the swirly bits. A bit of paint splatter there. This kind of area, which is just a nice bit of texture. I suppose if you blur your eyes, you can sort of see what it would look like when it's printed. So let's take a look at some of that handwritten text, which I think he always does. It's beautiful. And up here you can see some of where the pencil is still there. That great little hand, the shadow, little finger. Boobs. Lovely. And this is page 24 from issue 1 of Mondo again. This one has a lot more fine details than the other one, and I'll zoom in a bit closer again on this one so we can take a look. But obviously there's a woman on roller skates here, and I really love this panel. I'll zoom in on this. I like the way these two panels are separated, even though it's the same image, and you get to see that character back there, well, this girl, and even though it's tiny, you can it really looks like a Ted McKeever drawing. I don't know why. There's so much character in the way he draws stuff that you can sort of recognize the way, you know, one of his pages. But again, this kind of face is typical Ted McKeever. I like the little tiny marks here and there that make up skin texture, which, you know, it's very subtle, just little tiny marks, but it just really adds to it. And things like the gaps where it could be just solid black, but it's not. The little things there, and the texture on this road, the grass, the building behind, and everything's just, I really like it. Again, some more of this white paint or Tipex or whiteout, whatever you want to call it, is back. He uses it to good effect, and sometimes corrections, but sometimes I think these kind of effects you can only get by doing the black and then adding the white afterwards, which it's, you know, it's tough to get into that kind of thing. It's a lot of work to understand how it's going to look on print, but obviously Ted knows what he's doing there, and it's very nice. I love the details in the background, again with like a very fine line, some of them very, very fine lines. So I'll zoom in closer with a bit of handheld, and we'll take a look at that in more detail. Going into detail on some of these panels, as you can see, there's a lot more detail in these fine lines, and that little television set in the window as well. There's a lot more very fine lines. I love that car, the gas station sign has real depth to it. I can zoom in any closer than that, I don't think so. And is this guy? Maybe that's better, that's better. So you can get a closer look at some of these panels, and maybe some of the ink work in here. Try and get a good look at what's going on, the kind of detailing that he's put into this. So much fun to get original art and have a good look. We can have a real good look at what kind of marks he's made and how he's done them. If you hold them to the light, you can get indications of how these were put together. I wonder how close I can get to this without it going out of focus. This one is a little scooter kid. I think it's just a sketch. It's not for anything. It's just a Ted McKeever sketch. And I love little things like, you notice how he's not actually connected some of these things. There's gaps in that. He does a lot of that with his drawings, where he doesn't, there's a lot of suggestion with his drawing, and I really like that aspect. And again, the gaps in the black really adds character to it. And it's a really fun little sketch. I picked this up a few years back, and I want to hang it up, but I don't want to put it out in the sun or let the sunlight get at it. So I just bring it out every now and again and have a little look, because I really like it. A fun little sketch, good stuff. This is this is a fun one. Now, this is a sketch that came with Funky Porcini. I've got them here. I'll show these in a bit. But yeah, it's ink, which is some kind of watercolor paper or very thick card. So you can see a lot more of the texture than the pages from Mondo, which I think he's used more of a brush with these, and ink is a lot looser, more typically Ted McKeever's earlier kind of style. And I think this is ink wash over it, maybe a brown watercolor or something, but it's, again, I love the loose style, the different kind of lines and stuff. So this came with Funky Porcini as a whole package. I'll show you these in a minute. Actually, let's get to them now. Okay, this is Funky Porcini. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is the last of Ted McKeever's published, or the very last thing he's done before retiring. So I'm pretty pleased to have these. These are zines that I'm pretty sure he just put together himself, got printed and bound them together and everything. You can see they're quite, not rough around the edges, but they don't quite fully align, which I like that. And these are also signed, so there's number 1, 2, 3, and this is an extra one. I'll get to these in a second. But basically, the first one is like this. It's completely black and white, full of Ted McKeever's, the style you're used to. And they're signed by Ted McKeever as well. I don't think there's that many of these. I don't know if they're numbered, how many there are, but I think they're quite limited. And so I'll never sell these. Absolutely never sell them. I love them. So we'll I won't show everything, just a little bit through them, so you can just enjoy these. They are, how can I describe them? Just a train of thought, kind of. It's just an expression. I think he just had a lot of fun making these. I don't know why he quit, but he sort of went out with these. So that sort of tells me that maybe he just wanted to do what he wanted to do instead of making comics for whatever purpose. So I hope he's happy doing what he does now. I'm not sure exactly what that is. I've seen that he's done some paintings, more fine art kind of things, which I would love to get one of those one day. One day, I'll get one one day. But for now, I'm just enjoying these pieces of art. These are fantastic. It just seems like a Ted McKeever condensed into one, well, 4 books, but yeah, just look at it. Amazing stuff. Crazy drawings, full of beautiful line work, texture, and everything that I love about his work is in these. This is Ted McKeever. He does draw himself in a lot of things, which is pretty cool. So the next issue is black and red. I think these are all Riso printed as well, so they're very good quality. And again, there's a skull motif running through it. And yep, pants. See, this kind of stuff, a lot of people would be like a bit cautious about just banging the ink down and being happy with what you can do. But obviously Ted is a fantastic artist, so he's able to just whack these things down, I suppose. I don't know if he draws fast or not, and like he does draw pencils, like you see on the original art from Mondo. But again, stuff like this, I think it's top notch. I'll leave that one at that. So number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. Yep, number 3. Come on, give it to me already. All right. The skeleton motif through the whole thing is great. And again, this kind of thing with the text going around and I love this stuff, and the more you look, the more you can find different things as well. Again, signed by Ted McKeever there. I did read this text once, but I guess so small. I need glasses. Look at that. Fantastic stuff. Oh yeah, there's a centerfold with a full color visor print in here, which is great. I gotta show you this one. There is no Hope, but it is Bob Hope. This is like an extra one. Right then, interpretations of abstractual impressions, classified. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'll show you anyway. This one is full of color visor prints. These kind of things. I would really love to own one of these. One day. I hope this is what his fine art is like. I really hope. But I love that little square in different color. Mr. Peanuts or Mr. Penis, I don't know. Yeah, look at this. So much great stuff in here. Look at that. This is where I got these from. The store doesn't exist anymore. I don't think. I have looked a few times. I keep checking every now and again, but it's not there, sadly. Ted's last of his comic or career, I don't know, but I would love to. I hope he does make some more one day, but if that's it, I'm happy with everything that I have so far. I'm sure there's more. Well, there is a lot more for me to collect, but I will get there eventually. And this one again with the brush marks, and it says "Thanks, Matt." So I'm particularly pleased with this one. Obviously, it's got a great name there. And when is this? January the 28th, 2018. So I've had it quite a while now. But again, this nice kind of, it looks like a pen, and then he's done the brush on the sides, and he's doing all these kind of marks, which is the kind of thing that I love Ted McKeever's work for. So I really like to bring this out now and again and take a look, because it's a little bit more personal, I suppose. But another fun sketch to have, and it does bring me a lot of joy to bring these out and take a look. Also, while I'm here, I should show this poster that came with Funky Porcini, the good, the bad, and the funky. This is a Rhino printed poster, which is pretty cool. It's like a what's the name, Clint Eastwood kind of thing. It's signed by Ted McKeever as well. Again, I don't think there are many of these around, but I'm very lucky to have this. It's about A3 is my hand to get a size of the scale of this thing, but it's pretty cool. Very nice, very nice.